You are now listening to the Backseat Critics, the movie review podcast.
Welcome back to the Backseat Critics. After technical difficulties, we are two Take Bobs tonight.
Yes, we are. My name's Andrew.
And my name's RJ.
This is a podcast where we talk about movies that you should steer clear of, including this week's Can of Worms from 1999.
And we are opening up that can of worms with our two takes.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. This is second take.
Previously, as mentioned before in the first take, but you know what? Here I am again doing the 2-minute review because somebody doesn't know how to start his mic. But it's okay.
Oops.
We're here. We all mess up in life.
My bad, guys. My bad. I'll write an apology letter. I'll send it out. Just send me your email. You can send it to @BigDanger. Was it 1992? 19?
Wow. Anyways, we're going to move on with life. 2-minute review about the Disney Can o' Worms.
Yes, we are.
We got homie who wants to be abducted by aliens. Aliens come and try to get him abducted in outer space.
Yes, they
He
do.
sucks at getting abducted. He doesn't really want to leave. A talking dog tries to get him. He's, nope, not for you today.
Nope.
And then all of a sudden he gets abducted. His homie's brother gets abducted by Mr. Toad. He goes into Mr. Toad's land, gets him back, and then aliens still try to get him. He goes, no soup for you, and stays home.
Boom. Done. Quick question, though. Is this a Halloween movie?
No.
Okay, cool.
I don't feel like it's a Halloween movie. I think it's just an odd movie that you can just throw in. You know what? I would say this is a good summer night movie.
This is a good summer night movie. Yeah, absolutely.
A little hot outside, your family sitting around.
You want
Back
to cozy up? You
in
want
the
to see some
90s?
aliens?
Maybe you're not maybe it's hot out, and you live in an older home. Air conditioning wasn't as prominent back then. You have the windows open, you pop some popcorn, you're sitting on the couch, you just
some
got done
ice and some pink lemonade.
swimming in those swimming pools, that have the
the kiddie pools?
like the fish,
Oh, in the bottom.
like the fish in the bottom. Maybe
Yeah.
you did that as a kid in the
Boss
90s.
fish, yeah.
Maybe you had one of those ones that have like the giraffes and the safari creatures all
Mhm.
around the end that was kind of flimsy on the outside. Maybe you had one of those pools. Maybe you were just really rich and had one of those bigger pools,
But in the ground.
but in the ground. Or maybe you were super rich and you had an in-ground pool and your family had a diving board and all that great stuff. But you know what? You just got done after a great day of swimming in the 90s and you decide to come inside.
You want some pink lemonade? You got your popcorn. And you're like, what am I going to watch? I feel like not watching.
Oh, no. Andrew, hold the phone.
I'm holding.
You know what? You did not experience this. These 90s Disney Channel original movies, as a kid, every night when you came inside to watch dinner, they would pitch this movie and put it down your throat that this movie was coming out.
Okay. So for our new listeners.
So you looked forward to this.
Just a little
This
background.
movie you looked forward to.
For our new listeners here, I have not seen, outside of what we've reviewed here on the Backseat Critics, I have not seen a single Disney Channel original movie up to this point. RJ has. He grew up with this stuff.
And you had robots, these little cartoon robots telling you about the movie. They had the movie surfers. They had everything. And this is all you heard about when you're eating dinner. You go outside and play. You come back inside and you watch whatever was on the TV station. And they would just keep on pitching, hey, Can of Worms is coming. Can of Worms is coming. And so you look forward to this on Friday night. So you got your popcorn. You got your Coca-Cola. And you're sitting down. And you're like, time to watch this movie. And you watch it and you go, okay, that's all right. And then you go to bed. And there we go.
All right. I kind of get it. Not with the Disney experience, but with just, bad movies.
Yeah, so this wasn't, you just kind of flip it on. Oh, no, this was, Mom.
Oh, the claw
Dad,
is on.
put that tape in the VCR and get ready to illegally record this movie so I can watch it tomorrow.
I think half my parents' VHS collection was illegal.
That's okay. Who didn't record anything back in the 90s and early 2000s?
I don't know of anybody who didn't.
You know what was actually a fun one? recording yourself play like a James Bond game.
Oh, see, I never did that.
You never record yourself playing video games?
No, so my parents were pretty strict on when I could play the Nintendo.
Oh.
I was a PC guy. I had a Windows 95 back in the day.
And you didn't record that?
No.
It's kind of fun, actually, to go back and... Especially if we rewind the tape, like after a round of James Bond, you play it with your friends. Like, oh, ha, 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 you did that. I didn't catch that.
So I've never actually seen the James Bond. I've never actually played the James Bond game on Nintendo 64.
That's right. I hot take.
I just saw that it came out on Switch.
Hot take.
Don't tell me it's bad.
Nightfire, I like more.
I've actually heard that a lot.
I think Nightfire was really well done, and I don't think people recognize it.
No, I think it's like really well recognized. Anytime I see GoldenEye brought up, Nightfire is always in the comments, like hot on the tails.
I think it is better than GoldenEye.
I've heard that so much. Still haven't played either. I need to play GoldenEye.
Yeah.
But I also need to play Nightfire.
Play GoldenEye was the start of it, and I think it did a really good segue, but Nightfire did it 10 times better after. I remember I rented that from Blockbuster, played that, Hollywood Video, and played that for the week I had it.
Yeah?
Actually, it's 5 days, I think. That 5 days, that's all I did.
Hey, at least Blockbuster didn't block you from, I don't know, sharing your rented VHS with your friends and family. Like, Netflix and their whole password sharing fiasco.
Oh, I haven't heard about this.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Oh, so they're blocking people from password sharing. You're having to re-enter your password or like every 31 days or something like that from your home IP address. It's nuts.
What if I have a family account?
I from what I've heard, they don't really care, but I'd have to look into that.
Well, if you have different profiles.
That, from my understanding, still has to be in the same.
Wow.
Yeah, they're cracking down hard. I bet you, and I almost guarantee you, they're going to lose a ton of subscribers. And it's kind of ironic that they're doing this right after they put out a TV show on Blockbuster.
Mm-hmm.
Just seems kind of ironic.
And then they canceled it, and they've now...
Oh, they canceled that,
too. They canceled the show. They've killed Blockbuster twice, officially. They have finally put Blockbuster... They're like...
What hasn't... I kind of wanted, like, a side-by-side. Two different fields, but, like, who's killed more products or things? Netflix with their series or Google with their products? I just want a side-by-side. Who's killed more?
I just think it's funny that Netflix just keeps on destroying things.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Anyways, we gotta get back to Can of Worms.
Yeah, we do.
We just rambled
on.
so
good of a movie.
Anyway, sure. Sure.
All right. Where do you want to start with this movie?
What do you got?
Let's go with favorite aliens, because this is a movie about aliens coming down to visit Mike.
Yeah, the Hustler Kid from Recess. Shout out to the Hustler Kid in Recess. If you haven't seen Recess, great TV show.
Absolutely.
Great cartoon.
Super 90s. Check it out.
And he does the voice of the Hustler Kid. And he is 10 times better as the Hustler Kid than he is as Mike. I respect the Hustler Kid more than I respect this kid.
Yeah, this kid was... We're supposed to sympathize with him as a victim of being bullied, but yet he's bullying back?
Anyways, so favorite aliens. Is that where we were at?
Yeah, let's go favorite aliens.
You are the best alien! Congratulations! Ah! What's your number one? What you got? That's a great alien. I don't know where that alien was in the movie, but he was great.
Hold on,
that was another great alien. I am so happy that you can rattle these aliens off. So my favorite alien was the salesman alien. I think the costume was just done perfectly for him. He was annoying as heck. His powers were interesting, how he couldn't make you move.
He just froze you in place?
The two eyes, it kind of reminds me of, I believe, Crumb from All Real Monsters.
Yeah.
But like an alien form of him.
Okay.
I really enjoyed that alien.
My number one is the Throde, the frog dude that's capturing people.
Why?
Why?
You want me to ruin it for you?
How?
Land of the Lost, fantastic movie. With Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
You know, the land that they go on, there's a bunch of those toad creature thingies.
Yeah. They did it better.
That's the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why is this your favorite?
Why? Because he's got the little working neck thing going on where it's like, whoa. You know?
So you pick this character because it's something that you can relate to?
No, of course not. No,
You got caught off guard on that one.
If we're talking characters I'm related to, I mean, clearly it's the jock. But,
Nah.
yeah.
No.
But, I don't know.
I'm shocked that was your number one.
I enjoyed it.
Hmm.
I enjoyed it. I don't know.
My number two was the Boom.
The lawyer?
The little stinky garbage-looking dude. This guy looked all crinkled up, all green. When he came in, he got goop all over his food, and
Yeah.
dude ate a ton of food. Made that popcorn pop. He ate popcorn or ate some
And he
corn on
just
the
shot
cob.
it out of his pores.
Okay, hold the phone here, by the way, before we get to your number two.
As
What
you-
kind of kid's just like, oh, I'm hungry, I'm gonna make a snack? He like barbecues himself a hamburger basically, and has corn on the cob and all this stuff. I was
Right?
just like, what the frick is this kid doing?
Well, I'm like, I want a snack. I'm throwing together like maybe a light salad, or I'm like popping up some popcorn or chips.
I didn't know that we were watching the documentary on Chef Boyardee here.
Right? Yeah. When he
Mind-boggling.
said snacks, and then he brings like a
A
big-
full-on hamburger
Yeah, like a massive lunch. Like I'm like, seriously?
and a corn on the cob as well. I was just like, what the fudge?
What is this guy's calorie intake for like a day?
I don't
If
know.
this is a snack.
The way he's wired and then the way he plays football, it probably just.
Right out.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Welcome to our intermission. You have made it once again. We are surprised.
Congratulations, you made it halfway through or about thereabouts somewhere.
Yeah.
Wherever this intermission is, you've made it here.
Today we'd like to do a special shout out to a very special artist, local artist here in the Portland metro area of Oregon,
Mm-hmm.
Ayla. Shout out to Art by Ayla. Check her out at Instagram, Art by Ayla, ARTBYAYLA.
She's got some good stuff. I myself don't have anyone to shout out, so I will shout out ourselves. Check out the Backseat Critics wherever you get podcasts. It could be Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or even on YouTube. We'll be there. Find us there.
Thank you for listening. We love you, Ireland.
Enjoy the second half.
Ireland. What's your number two?
My number two, I didn't catch this one's name, but it was the fishy lady.
Oh, you know what? That is my number three. She's thirsty.
She's so thirsty.
I think she was going to take him and do naughty things. Things we cannot say on this show.
No. But 100%, I loved her energy. She was like, I've got a goal, and I'm going to get it. And I
that
want to
goes
do
you.
it.
I wonder what her plan's like.
Right? Also, how? Also,
Yes.
I love the little detail that her little portal was just like a clam.
All the portals were kind of fun, actually.
Yeah.
I don't think there was one that I did not like.
Actually, the Throde, his portal was just kind of round. I actually kind of thought that one was kind of boring.
But it had like a toad shape outside of the round.
Yeah, a
Like
little
you
bit.
could make a toad.
I feel like they could have leaned into that a bit more.
Sure.
But that's just my one criticism. So you've done all three now.
I've done all three.
All
I've
right,
burned
I
through
got
all
to
three.
catch up. So my number three is actually the salesman as well. I love seeing like the full body him.
That was the best part.
That was the best part. Just seeing how like short and pudgy this guy is. He's like 3 feet tall, maybe.
It's kind of like when you see Alf for the first time in a full
Oh,
body.
he's full body, and it's like, what?
But the only thing is that this guy doesn't, because he's kind of more computer animated or more puppety. He doesn't run as quickly as Alf or look as creepy as Alf. But still, it's kind of the same thing when you see the full body of Alf and you see the full body of this guy. You're like, oh, geez.
What's funny is this guy's like right front and center on the cover.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I just thought like, oh, he's a big slug thing. But little did I realize his feet are literally right behind the main character's
I've
heads.
never noticed that.
Like, I didn't notice that until after I saw the movie. I'm like, oh, he's not like falling off the edge of the poster. He's just standing in the middle of it, I guess.
The great part, too, about this guy that you see him, when you see him on the cover and everything, you think, oh, he's going to be like the main alien.
Right.
He's only there for like 5-10 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, like 2 scenes, tops.
Yeah, he's not in there for long. I mean, you see him in the background in a couple of scenes, but he's not prominent at all.
Just quickly, I loved that actually I think the like animatronics and like puppetry for most of the aliens wasn't bad. It was done by Steve Johnson's group.
No, it wasn't done bad at all.
They did stuff like for the Ghostbusters, Bicentennial Man, Species, etc.
Species.
Species.
The one
Now we know where they got the idea for the thirsty one.
If you ever see a movie, if you ever go to a movie store,
Wait.
you're going to find Species for $1.
That fish alien? Her spinoff, her solo movie, Species.
You know that.
We know what she's doing. She's going to kill him.
Probably. That movie and Splice. I feel like you could always find those two for at a movie store.
$1.50.
It's always in the dollar bin. Always in the dollar bin.
Who's watching? They were advertised so much as a kid.
They just went over my head as a kid. I was like, forget that. I'm on Disney Channel and I'm watching Can of Worms. I'm excited for my Friday night movie.
Right? But yeah, no, actually the puppetry and like aliens and stuff are like super good.
Yep.
But anyways, I digress. Next topic.
So let's go with the most annoyingest characters in this movie. There's a lot of choices.
Yeah, there are. There's plenty.
You're annoying.
I'll go first this time.
Okay, let's go.
Mike.
Yep, 100%. Number one. He is a kid that you just... You know in Punks, the kid with the pocket protector?
Yes.
Mike. You know the kid that farts in the hallway and looks at you and smiles and laughs?
Mike.
You know the guy in the bathroom that just destroyed it up and you walk in and he's washing his hands and then you walk in and then he leaves and another guy walks in and he looks at you and looks at you and like, oh, you're disgusting. And he thinks that you blew up the bathroom. In reality is the guy that was washing his hands and smiling. The guy washing his hands and smiling? Mike.
Do you know that guy who trips you and then you turn and give him a strong glare and he's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Why would you look at me like that? Mike.
You know the guy that grabs your foot when you're trying to walk up a pair of stairs?
And trips you into a wall?
Mike.
AJ. Oh.
You know the guy that's Cartier. That's Mike.
Mournful Mike.
Full Mike.
He's...
You know the guy that tries to copy us and tries to make a podcast called the Backseat Critics and tries to copy us and do other movies?
Mike.
Do
you know the guy who, like, poops in the urinal? Mike.
Oh, I thought that was me. Anyways, that's not where you go. I'm so sorry.
All right, let's up this. You know the guy who poops in the sink? Mike.
Oh, we don't do that there either.
Oh, boy.
I thought those big sinks.
You said that Mike was the one that destroys the bathroom, but here you are actually destroying the bathroom.
I mean, they're like big and, you know, I like to have a lot of airflow. Mike?
Do you not just stand over the toilet and hope you hit?
Yeah, what?
Mike.
That's a Mike move. That's a total Mike.
Total Mike move.
But Mike is the most annoyingest character in this movie.
100%. He's
biggest baby. Who goes out and sends it out thing to aliens saying, "Come attack me. I am not meant for this planet. They are keeping me captive."
And the fact that he gets pranked on by the jock guy, and then he
Retaliates.
he retaliates full blown, and then he's still like, "Oh, woe was me. I'm the victim here."
And
Get a life, Mike.
He doesn't expect the jock to not come back at him after he just wrecked him in class.
Right. And then when the jock comes back at him, he's like, "Oh no, what did I do to deserve this?" It's like, dude, what do you think?
You went after him. You couldn't have been the bigger man.
Mike is the most annoying character in this movie.
100%. What do you got for number 2?
My number 2?
Yeah, number 2.
My number 2?
Not the ones I leave in the sinks.
Whoa.
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 Nah, I don't leave them in sinks.
You know,
I'd actually be very mad if I walked in and I just saw a turd in a sink. I'd be like, who the? I just picked that. So, anyways.
yeah, well, that's a problem for tomorrow, Andrew. My number 2, I'm actually going to go with the best friend.
He's my number 3.
He was annoying. He was kind of clingy. He also had the same, like, kind of
He's
victimhood.
a gaslighter.
He is a gaslighter.
He fires up Mike.
Mm-hmm.
What you gonna do, Mike? You gonna let him talk to you about like that?
Yeah.
You go get him, Mike.
Don't let him talk to you like that.
Get him. Send that virus over to everybody else's computers about him being a pig and put it on his face and go, ooh, cha 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 cha. Get him, Mike. Get it.
But then meanwhile, like, he's kind of the worst kind of friend where, like, Mike is telling the kid brother or something like that a story. And the guy's like, "Oh, that's the best you got? Oh, you're buying this? You're, like, really tied up with the story?"
Or Mike's like, "I'm in trouble." And he goes, "Oh, wow. You suck, Mike.
Yeah.
You suck. You think there's aliens? I'm sorry, Mike. You're delusional. Why can't you just be a friend and go along with it?"
Exactly. Like, be a friend.
And then
Maybe this guy that you've known and you trust isn't such a psychopath. Maybe he's not lost his mind, but maybe is just, like, in a cry for help stage.
You know, we have the High School Musical friends, and they're terrible friends. And here we are. We have a terrible friend again. Disney is good at making terrible friends.
Yes. Which is really surprising for a movie company that's all about friendship.
It's actually really surprising, too, when you're trying to raise kids and put them in the right way. And you're like, hey, let's watch this family-friendly movie. And then here we are.
With horrible influences.
Horrible influence. You know what? I am so not shocked these days about how kids backstab each other. Or how adults backstab each other. Because here we are. We're seeing it in movies.
Yeah. Influence.
Mm-hmm.
Monkey see, monkey do. What's your number 2?
My number 2, that's right. That was my number 3. Is the friend. The dad.
Oh.
Mike's dad.
Okay.
He was frustrating. He's like, "Come on, Mike. We're going to be playing football. Let's go play that football, Mike. You're going to be a great football player." Mike doesn't. Football. He has the hand-eye coordination of an elephant.
He's got the direction, like the internal compass of Christopher Columbus.
He's got the heart
of a fart.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. He doesn't have that dog in him in sports. He just...
The dad's treatment of Mike is basically like, "Oh, if you don't do football, I'm not going to love you."
Yeah. He's one of those types of dads.
Which, by the way, total Mike move.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's where Mike got it from. But dad was number 2 for me.
Number 2? And the best friend was number 3 for you?
Number 3, best friend.
Okay.
I burnt my 3 again fast.
Yeah, you did. Stop hogging it up. My number 3 is... I actually didn't really have a number 3, but I'm going to go with the jock.
Why?
Because it was kind of annoying. He wasn't annoying himself. It was annoying how he was written. Because some scenes he was playing the dumb jock. He was like, they were explaining to him like, "Oh, you're the bait for the trap," and he's like, "What?" And there's like parts where they like play that end up, but then he's also like a hacker and very smart
and athletic.
Mm-hmm. And so it's like, choose a side. So it wasn't so much that he himself was annoying. It was like the writing around it. It's like, when you write a character. Don't write 2 and then give him, unless you're writing the movie split.
What I find kind of funny about this movie, too, with their football real quick, there's only 4 guys on the sideline.
Really? I didn't catch that.
There's only 4 guys on the sideline and then Mike.
Is this like a small town or something?
It has to be a small town. I couldn't think of anything else outside of that.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, football's crazy popular. I mean, you would figure in a small town. Like,
Even in
that
a
would
small
be-
town, a lot of people play.
Yeah. You would figure, like, a lot of people would show up to a small town football game.
Like, I'm surprised his friend, a.k.a. Gilbert from Under Wraps, isn't out
Mhm.
there playing as well. Like, you...
Good call with the name.
Gilbert?
Yeah.
From Under Wraps? Yeah.
I didn't even remember the name.
Yeah, Gilbert from Under Wraps. I'm surprised he's not playing.
Yeah.
But here we are. I mean, they turned up and got lit for the high school dance, but here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are. No, well, you can only put, 15, 16
Also,
people
let's talk
on
about that
football
high
team?
school dance just really quickly. What kind of, like, OSHA hazard zone is this? With a little witch character, like, flying in and then zooming back out. The little, like, lazy Susan that spins around that apparently he had a program. Sparklers and stuff. Like,
The projector that like you try to, like teachers used to use, and use those plastic sheets, put them up.
yeah, but, like, he's got the lazy Susan thing that he had a program and it couldn't just be, like, a lazy Susan. Rotating around, it's got, like, sparklers and lights on it. But then there's, like, paper mache and, like, sorry, not paper mache, but there's just, like, paper ribbon just all over the place.
Oh yeah, no, this was not done well.
No.
And teachers are just like, ah.
This is great. We're all going to die.
Mm-hmm.
It was a mess.
It was.
It was an absolute mess. Anyways, do you want to go into scenes?
Yeah, let's go in the scenes. We're off to talk about scenes.
What's happening?
The magical
What is going
wizards
on?
of scenes.
I'm so confused. Everything.
What you got for number 1?
My number one. So my number one is actually the introduction to the salesman character. When Mike is trying to talk to his love interest, and the salesman character freezes him down on the ground and then pulls him, like, teleports him across the streets and then, like, talks to him.
You know, that was my number 2. I know we were doing scenes tonight, and that was actually in my head. That was going to be my number 1 as well.
Oh, really?
And then I just thought of another scene in my head, and I was like, no, this scene's number 1.
What
But
is
I
it?
agree that is a fantastic scene.
I just love seeing
I wanna
that
do
guy
explore.
just, like, hop around and stuff. I know he's not the Throde, which was my favorite costume for the aliens, or just design of the alien, but
Just the way he talks, kind of smooth, fast, salesman-y.
it was
very
good. It was
fake
good.
used car, like an actor. If you were trying to act
I
like a
love
used
the
car
eyes,
salesman,
like the eye puppetry. Like, that was solid.
I think what was solid is that he doesn't have the arms too. He has that power that can freeze him,
Yeah.
and he just ruined Mike's chances with that girl.
One more time.
Woe is Mike.
Whoa, is Mike?
My favorite scene is actually the hacking scene.
Oh, no kidding.
Hear me out. So obviously Mike and the jock go at it in a hacking battle,
Okay.
and when Mike hacks, I mean the jock sends out whatever the virus, but when Mike sends the virus,
Oh, to
To
the
teachers
teacher,
to-
and she's
she's like, "Oh, the principal."
he wants some hot sauce in the.
Teacher's thirsty. And she was running, and then after that, obviously the gaslighting and everything else. But I also like how he just whips out the floppy disk.
Sticks it in.
He gives him the look of, "You want to fight? Let's fight." And then you got Gilbert in the background gaslighting him.
I love how, like, they're hacking. Like, they're not even bothering with, like, the whole, like, Matrix, like, fake typing and stuff like that. They're just like, hit enter. Like, there's no program up. There's nothing
No.
up on their screen. It's just the desktop, and they just stick the floppy and hit enter. It does something. They hit enter again. Something else happens. It's like, what are you doing?
That's a good floppy.
It's a good floppy.
I want that floppy. All right, that was my number 1 actually. And then
That was your number
yeah,
one, and then you
rattled off my number 2.
So my number two. My number 2 is when the boom comes in.
That's my honorable mention.
That whole scene was just all sorts of wrong.
Oh, 100%. I felt like I could smell him through my TV.
It was so bad just seeing this gross, disgusting.
Gross, grotesque.
Yeah. Why? What did I say?
Gross? No, I think he should be grotesque.
Okay.
It makes it sound worse. He's grotesque.
He's molesting Mike.
He tried. With
He
his scent.
He really tried.
He even tried to drop the roofie in by putting the slime on his food.
Just slime everywhere, and he's like eating the cob, eating the hamburger, and Mike's like, apparently this is his snack, but like
He's trying to keep friendship
that
with the
whole
girl.
scene and trying to like keep up with the girl, and he's just like, ew. It's like, why not just turn your back from what's happening for a sec and talk to her,
And you're
or say, hey, I'll call you back. But Mike's got to be a Mike and stay there on the phone while something horrible's happening in the background.
What I like is about your two scenes is that they actually tie together. Because he actually goes from that scene, he goes to the girl to apologize.
Yep.
For what happened.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is when we get all those aliens together, and he walks into the treehouse and goes, "Who wants me?" Sort of thing, and then we meet the thirsty fish lady, and we meet all the other aliens.
There was like a kind of fishbowl or something like that.
There was a ton in the bones there.
Mm-hmm.
The salesman's there. You just have a ton of different
You have a
aliens,
ton of people there.
and that was my favorite, just because you have all those different costumes. You could see.
Oh, you had the TV guy too.
Yep.
There's the TV guy, and then there's like the salesman for whatever product he was trying to sell.
I just like the fact that you have
That is actually my number 3 as well.
all the.
I just love seeing, like, that's why I watched the movie, is to see like the character design. So of course I'm gonna like the scene that all the characters are in.
I think that's where you can let creativity fly,
Absolutely.
and that's where we got to see how creative some of these people are.
Yep.
Making up
And
the
it was a
screen.
joy to see. It was a joy to see. And while we're talking about like good stuff with this movie, do you have any like final thoughts with this movie? What did you
Wrapping it up, shining
Yeah.
a bow on it. First half, let's just cut that crap out. Let's get it out of there. Let's just watch the second half of the movie. We're good.
cut out all the non-alien scenes?
First half?
Yeah, basically. I mean, there's a couple in the first half that are there, but like, yeah.
You know what? I'll make this even easier for everybody. The first part of the movie, they show a scene of him sending out the message to the aliens, and then they go back, right? Go fast forward. When you see that first scene, go fast forward, find it in the movie, and just restart the movie from there.
Yep.
There you go.
That's where actually they should have just started the movie was there, because that was at like the 45-minute mark, something like that.
So there was too much. They could have cut all that out.
There was so much. The love interest. Oh, Mike's woe is me. Victimhood.
It was like a really, 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 really bad version of the Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Almost. Except for it wasn't Daniel LaRusso moving in. There was no karate. There was no excitement. It was just some guy picking on another guy. There we are.
Yeah.
With the girl loving the dweeb. Which I don't know what she saw in that guy, but here we are.
All right. So scale 1 to 10. How would you rate it?
6.
6.
6.
I was gonna give it like a 4 or 5.
Yeah, I was gonna go 5, but
I like the alien designs enough, but that's my only draw. That's the aliens.
the
Right.
second half, I mean, if you watch the second half as a movie, maybe write the first half a little better. This movie has the potential, but you have to literally have to do the uphill climb to the aliens.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably about 5 or 6.
Okay.
5 or 6. I agree with you. 5 or 6. Where you put 4, but 5 or 6.
Yeah, I'd say 4 or 5. Would you recommend to watch this movie?
No.
Ditto. Don't watch it. Check out the scenes if you can on YouTube of just like the aliens, and check out like the alien design, like watch them in motion. Don't watch the movie.
Okay.
It's an hour and a half gone in my life.
Skip the first half if you are going to watch it, and save yourself some time.
It felt like that bit from like Princess Bride where like years are being sucked off his life. Like that's kind of what it felt like watching this.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like it's just like, oh jeez.
Little
Come
bit.
on.
Like, can we just get to the aliens already?
That's what I was thinking through the whole thing. I'm like, When are they coming?
They could have done a lot better in that first half.
But all right. Thank you for listening to us. This has been another episode of the Backseat Critics.
We love you, Ireland.
We're out.
We out.